Now here is a very interesting concept. And the only reason that I think we can approach this concept is because Jesus approached this concept. And that is, under the Mosaic law, a man could give his wife a certificate of divorce and send her out of his house. Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 1. That's in the Bible, right? Jesus said the reason for this was because the people had hard hearts. He said this was not the ideal. Originally, God designed them to become one flesh. A man shall leave his mother and father and be united to his wife, and the two shall become one. Jesus said that only infidelity was grounds for divorce. Jesus just said that something that God told Moses is not the ideal. Well, that's kind of an interesting thing. Jesus is not saying that that command didn't come from God. And in the context of Deuteronomy chapter 24, there's no reason for you to conclude that Moses was just sitting there and just came up with the certificate of divorce on his own. There's every reason to believe the certificate of divorce was a command given to Moses by God. Therefore, Jesus understood that commands given to Moses could be less than ideal. Well, that's an interesting concept, isn't it? Commands given by God could be less than ideal. Now, how many of you think that God knows reality? God knows what's going on the ground. God is not sitting up in heaven daydreaming that everything down here on planet Earth is hunky-dory, flowers and roses and everything good, right? That's hippie view. God can see what's going on. He could see it back then. He can see it now. And He's not stupid. I want to say that again. God is not stupid. And God could see that people have hard hearts. Was that just an Old Testament thing, or do people still have hard hearts today? Yes, they still have hard hearts today. And God was willing, in some cases, like this divorce thing, He was willing to accommodate them, keeping in mind that under the New Covenant, which hadn't been given yet, under the New Covenant, we remove that heart of stone. Well, we don't do it, He does. He removes our heart of stone. He gives us a new heart. Not a hard heart, but a heart to serve Him, right? A heart that can serve Him, right? Jesus saw this. Jesus says this about the law. Since Jesus saw this, and since Jesus saw this about the law, I don't think it's wrong for us, under this kind of concept, to see specifically times that Jesus and the other New Testament writers talk about it, but we can see things in the Old Testament that we can say, that's not the ideal. That's what had to happen then. That's how God dealt with it then. And we're not simply giving an easy answer. We're not simply copping out. We're saying what the Bible says in such cases, right? Hey all, Pastor Ozzy here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, feel free to share it. And if you want more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified when new videos are available. Again, thank you so much.